Good evening. Welcome to Soni Irabor Live. Tonight, we'll be focusing on the Nigerian film industry. No, on a filmmaker who is then a Nigerian, but not based in Nigeria, and has little or no experience at all about Nollywood, right? Okay, so we either go Holly or Bolly or Nolly. But tonight, we'll be dealing with this Nigerian who's had a good experience with Hollywood and is now getting to understand what Nollywood is all about. But he's Nigerian from Benue State, and his name is Ofu Obekpa. If I don't get the pronunciation right, he's as simply as already laughing. Just forgive me, because we're going to have to do it right in the way and manner that the name will be pronounced well, and then we'll now, even to the extent of saying the meaning of his name, if he understands that too. Because I noticed that he's been away for all of 18 minimum years of Nigeria in his rather short life yet on earth, right? But I know you're going to stay a long time on earth doing good things. He has made a movie called Klippers. So we'll talk about Klippers, that's the focal point tonight, and then we'll look at the industry generally, and then we'll do storytelling. But let's backtrack a bit. The Nigerian film industry is referred to as the second largest in the world, making 50 movies a week. In fact, we understand that they used to even make faster than that, more than that. But in 2015, Al Jazeera did a piece on the Nigerian film industry and found that they were worth well over $5 billion, not just making them the second largest, but also realizing that these guys who wrestle their fate from lack of employment, from the need to survive, plunged into a very powerful industry called movie making. So now seeing a Nigerian from the diaspora who is not a Nollywood is also refreshing, because it means anywhere we are on this earth, there's a Nigerian germinating something good. So, Ofu, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
As I always do, I shake your hands.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
Now, you're based in the U.S.
Yes.
You did Klippers.
Yes.
Before we go into the industry proper and start to analyze what they represent and all that, what's Klippers?
It's a movie that shows how a woman can show tremendous strength in the face of adversity.
Okay.
Basically, it shows the struggles of daily life. If you can apply yourself to it, you know what I mean? The struggles and the survival. Mm-hmm. It means that if you can actually just hold on for a little longer, you can come out on top. So survival. You don't develop
the spirit of giving up so easily.
Exactly.
Nigerians need that desperately, because what's happening in Nigeria today, I'm sure you read news out of Nigeria.
Yes.
I don't know how you feel. You're even from Benue State, where there's a lot happening right now.
Yes.
The carnage is untellable.
Yes. That's sad.
We'll come to that.
Yes,
we'll come to that.
Yeah.
So this story of a woman who's trying to survive the adversities of life.
Yeah.
Where did you get the base from? What gave you that creative mind to concentrate on that storyline?
If I can relate to it on a personal level, you know, anything that's worth doing comes from a struggle in a way. You know, you have to pay your dues. You know, you have to have experience before you come out on top. And in this case, a diamond goes through a pressure. You know, and
a diamond goes through the pressure. That's picturesque. Very, very picturesque, huh?
Yeah.
And it's almost indestructible, yeah?
Yes. So she goes through this test, you know, of, you know, have to survive, and she's trapped in this place that she has to come out. Does she just give up or stay, you know, just find a way to come out, you know? Because her husband, actually ex-husband, is a psychopath who sends an assassin to clip. We use the word clip, you know, with the gun clip. So Klippers, that's where the name came from. So to clip her, and
but the husband doesn't succeed, I hope.
Well, I'll leave that as a suspense.
We don't want you to tell the whole story. Yeah.
Yeah. But long story short, he becomes familiar with her in a weird way, you know, making his mission kind of difficult. And I want to leave it at that. I want
I was
the audience
almost tempted
to
to
watch
ask
it.
another question, but then let's leave it at that. But what role did you play in this movie?
I was a screenwriter, director,
Okay.
editor, and I also played one of the characters, Alex.
Screenwriter, director, editor.
Yes.
Wow, that's a whole lot of work.
Yes. I had to.
Which one comes first? Screenwriting?
I would say acting and directing.
So in that order of priority.
Yes, acting, directing.
But who's the author of the story?
I am the author of the story.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it based on real life?
Yeah, you could relate to it. You know, reality based with fiction. You know, the characters are based fiction, but we can. Every human being can relate to that. You know, you put between a rock and a hard place. What do you do? Do you give up or do you fight for survival? So I think everyone has faced that in their lifetime. You know, and you have to look for fight your way out. You know, to survive. You know, what choice do you make? You know.
The life you live in the U.S. is very different from the life we live in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Since you got back a few days ago, I guess?
Yes, sir. Last week.
How long were you away before you came back?
How long was I away in the States? I mean, I visited 2016. Prior to that, you know, in 2010. It took me,
so you come from time to time?
Yes, every
How
now
long do
and
you
then.
stay when you come?
Like a month,
Okay.
3 weeks.
So enough for you to grasp what's going on around us.
Yes.
Does that in any way influence your storytelling?
It's
capabilities?
motivational, you know, it keeps me humble. It reminds me where I come from, you know, as a country as a whole. And when I go back and see the opportunity, you know, like that lies ahead of me. I mean, it's not easy anywhere in the world. You have to actually work your way up anywhere you are if you want to make something great. But it just reminds me that this is where you're from, and take every opportunity that comes to you and run with it.
You're a young man.
Yes.
And you see Nigerian youths.
Yes.
What do you think of them? How do you see them surviving the challenges of the Nigerian life?
Nigerians are survivors, as you say. You know, anywhere we are in the world, we're survivors, and we strive regardless of what happens. You know, and the one thing I love about my country is we are determined human beings. We are hard workers, and no matter what circumstances put in our face, we'll try to overcome it. You know, just in my compound, they're shooting a TV series, and they're making use of what they have, and it's very, very. It's very encouraging, you know.
That's the origin of Nollywood.
Yeah.
Anything you see in front of you, let's just make the best of it.
Yes.
I don't want to say I used to be involved in movie making. What an experience. But anyway, I would take us into the Nigerian political landscape a bit.
Yeah.
And Nigerians are very critical of one another. They don't seem satisfied with anything, but justifiably so. They claim the system in front of them doesn't recognize their worth. Do you feel the same way?
As an independent artist, sometimes, you know, it could be challenging, you know. You could see things where you just have to push ahead. You just have to push forward, you know, regardless of the circumstances. And that's how I was brought up, you know, regardless of what circumstances in front of you, you have to strive. You have to keep knocking on the door till someone's going to eventually open the door for you, you know. And I don't see the circumstances in front of me as an obstacle.
I do not see the circumstances in front of me as an article. You're very poetic when you talk.
Thanks.
What's your background? Did you study literature or what?
Business,
Okay.
screenwriting, poetry.
Okay, there's poetic lessons there. At least I can get that. Right. Against the Nigerian and the American situation, which is harsher to the youth than the other? Is it Nigerian or American?
Oh, harsher to the youth.
I mean, the lifestyle, the society, and survival.
I would think Both places have their struggles in different ways.
Okay.
Over there is more psychological,
Wow.
and here is more is in your face.
That's even worse than psychological. In your face. What? I didn't just hear that. Because as you said it, it dawned on me that, yes, that's how we've grown over time.
Yeah, it's in your face.
What can be done?
I think that, for us to grow, we need to encourage each other and support each other, regardless of how we perform and, regardless of what level we are in life. We need to encourage each other because there's room for everyone to succeed, if we just come together and, lift each other up because a tree can't make a forest.
And they say unity is the spice of life that makes the strength go stronger. All right. Who are you? Tell us about yourself.
I'm a God-fearing family man who's passionate.
You sounded like a pastor there. God-fearing family man. Okay, forgive me. Go ahead.
Who's passionate about making great movies that transcend all cultural barriers. Right now, it's the way I make Klippers is there's Hollywood and there's Nollywood. It's like a combination of both.
There's a blend.
Yes, it's a blend.
I love that. Okay, I'm being asked to take a short break. We'll be back. Just hold it right there because we're going to continue where you stopped.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back after the break. Okay, sorry, I got taken by surprise there because I was expecting to see a clip that was supposed to come on after this. The program, or rather the film, Klippers, I'm reading now, says the movie features a diverse cast. What were the challenges you faced making the movie?
Well, as a filmmaker, I'm wearing multiple hats. You know that you have to be extremely focused.
That's why that question is even more than relevant, yes?
Yeah, you have to be extremely focused because you have to produce a hat, now this director hat, and acting. So we had a great pre-production, which is very essential to all movie making. Everyone has to be in their P's and Q's. And so if I am directing, I have my scriptee taking notes and seeing what shots that we need. And if I'm acting, they're always there to make sure that we've done certain shots and keep it moving. So, and everyone is always on time, but dealing with multiple people and personalities is just...
I'm enjoying this because I wanted to hear something about discipline, but go on, yes.
Personalities and, some people, we had like a lot of seasoned people on set, and we also had like some newbies, but they're already, like, what they do is like you have to read, research, and make sure you're on time. Because for independent film, you have to be on time, which is very essential because of the budget, the time, the food, and everything. So we're like on a mission, going on a battle. So yeah. So yeah.
I was involved in movie making with some Americans when I was very young, and then with some Nigerians when I got a little older. But I saw two levels of discipline. The big names were always treated like demigods from the US. Here, not exactly the same. And then, of course, in determining level of discipline, there was a very non-compromising position of you're not there, so you're out of it.
Yes.
Okay? Here, you struggle, you beg, you say sorry, and everybody complains, but no action, no concrete action taken to ensure that it doesn't repeat itself.
Yeah.
Do you encounter that as well?
Yeah, I mean, it happens everywhere. And, but it happens for people who are not professionals, you know, like short films, independent films. But if you're serious about your career, you know, I'm not going to call names, but there are a few people you don't see anymore who are like popular, right?
Okay.
It's based on things you just mentioned, you know, because anyone is replaceable.
I love that. I think you should. Is it a crime to mention the names?
Nah. I
Okay,
mean,
all right, it's okay.
Yeah, just keep.
But sooner than later, we'll all find out what's happening around that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but what about funding and investment? How easy was it for you?
I would say it's like work. You have to go out and get it. You have to go out, just like anything else, just like applying for a job. And you have to have a great script. I was blessed with a great script, Klippers, and I had people like, okay, we want to be part of this because your screenplay is amazing. It's straight to the point, but depth, it has a lot of depth, a lot of character development. There's no dull moment in the film, you know. So that's why it was kind of semi-easy because I did my homework, I put in the hard work, and I wrote a great script.
So you were able to get some funding
Yes,
without sweat? Or
Sweat, of course, sweat. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was tough.
The
but
time frame from conception to execution, before you got the funding, what was it like?
My 2 years, about 2 years, because we had funding for a major film, like huge budget, but that fell through the cracks due to managerial issues with that. You know, my manager already linked us up to do a certain movie called From the Shadows, the action-based movies, and fell through the cracks. And we decided, okay, again, you don't give up, right? So I went ahead.
Yeah, I think that's the real battle. You don't give up.
Yes.
You just have to hang in there.
Yes.
How is marketing a product like Klippers?
Wow. It's, again, you have to, that's 70% of movie making, basically.
There was a question I asked based on that.
Yeah.
Conception to execution, how long did it take you? You said 2 years.
Yes.
How much of the 2 years did you devote to marketing the job?
Marketing is still ongoing. It's the whole 2 years. It's from conception to right now. We're still marketing. You know, you have to keep marketing because we're not backed up by big studios.
Yeah.
You have to do what you can to get it out there. You know, social media that we have now, word of mouth, you know, friends, YouTube.
Do you get people volunteering to, you know, assist or invest?
Yes, certain people who are excited about the project and the seed and they can relate to it, yes, to go out and talk about the film. And we had a focus group that watched the film. That's the reason why I even brought it to Nigeria. Focus group was based on West Africans, but mostly 80% were Nigerians, and the reaction was amazing. So that's why I decided, okay, bring Klippers to Nigeria, and that's part of marketing as well.
Yeah, of course. And you're going to release it in Nigeria?
Yes, August the 10th.
10th of August, that will be in about 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, two and a half.
In a few weeks, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. And I hope I'll be invited, because if you do not invite me, I know what to do. I will invite myself.
You're
licentious, right? Where?
We're gonna have a press screening as well, so I would invite you to that.
Okay, where will it be launched or released?
I always wanted
theater houses?
Yeah, theater houses, Ozones, Silverbirds, and whatnot.
And IMAX and all of that. All right, we'll take a short break and be right back.
Got 24 hours to give it to him.
My client wants your face and body to still be fine.
Who is that?
That's an assassin, and he's been sent here to kill us.
In Africa, we used to use poison.
Do you hear yourself?
Woman, shut up! When men are talking, you should be quiet. What's your problem?
Swear to God, I will blow your brains out!
Nonsense. That's all you keep thinking about. Blowing somebody in the heat of battle. Now painting this one they cry for.
Kill him.
You never see anything.
Is this some sort of joke or game to you?
Just shoot him already. Oh yeah, let the fireworks begin.
Yeah, we just saw a clip of the movie.
Yeah.
All right, and I saw multitask. No, not multitask. Multicast.
Yes.
Multiracial cast.
Yes.
White, black, and yellows, and all of them. But what I saw some familiar faces there. So who's the major?
Kevin Nash is a former wrestler.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure you spotted him.
Yes.
Yeah, formerly known as Diesel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He was part of. We put the movie on Actors Access back in the States, and we had several celebrities, Hollywood no names, who wanted to be part of Klippers because of the screenplay. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
With
how-
such bold letter names, I'm sure some of them would even want to offer their money as executive producers, right?
Yes, that's good. That's wow. It's great you brought that up. Not everyone. That's yeah. In that situation, the demands becomes
Much higher.
X, Y, Z. You know, I'm going to be executive producers, and that's why we went with who we went with, because you just want to keep it simple and just keep it rolling.
Not too complicated.
Exactly.
But in marketing it in places like Africa, Nigeria, and other parts of the world, do you see a return on investment?
Just from the focus group that we did and the reaction, yeah. I mean, not just monetary, but network.
Okay.
And I'm here. Hey, your son is back home. And I think long term as well. Not just for Klippers. And I'm also ready to add value to the Nollywood industry. And I'm willing to support, help. I think that's an what do you call it, profit for me. In a sense.
Okay. Have you done business beyond this Klipper now? Have you done business with any Nigerian filmmaker before now?
Actually, one of my producers, an actor, he's a Nigerian actor actually.
What's his name?
His name is Confidence.
Okay. Okay.
So he's a Hollywood actor. He's in TV shows, movies.
He's Holly.
Yes, he's Hollywood.
So okay.
But he's Nigerian.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. Yes, of course. So now you're bringing that to Nolly.
Exactly.
I think the symbiotic relationship will come from what is the mindset here as against mindset in Hollywood. But I think the relationship is getting better, because I hear Hollywood is not really finding it that easy anymore.
Yeah, they're different. I mean, the Koreans are making great movies. The Japanese are making amazing films. Everyone is making amazing movies. So it's
been decentralized from
yes,
Hollywood.
basically,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Now let's look at you in the realm of when you left Nigeria. You were how old?
It's about 18, right?
By 18.
Right after high school. Yeah.
Okay. And then getting there, what was it like?
It was culture shock,
Culture shock.
Yeah, it was. I went to Maine. I went to University of Maine.
Okay.
And it was one of the coldest parts of the United States. And
Would that be around the Great Lake regions? No.
it's not too far
Closer
from
to
Canada.
Canada? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Canadian border, like several hours from Massachusetts and New York City. Not too far, just up north, like east, deep east. And it was so cold. I wanted to come back. My first semester, I literally wanted to come back because
I ran back, but
yes,
go on.
'cause I was staying in Jos at that time.
But Jos was relatively
No,
cool.
this is big difference. This is major difference.
Okay.
Like Moscow, like Russia cold. Yeah, and my dad was like, "You better not come back." stay in school and study. So
Yeah, because leaving home at the age of 18, that was an achievement.
yeah,
You must have been quite bright.
yeah, smart. I could say that.
Smart. I like that. Yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
and then how did you now finally get acclimatized?
It was, to be honest, I would say semi-sheltered in school at Maine. Is after I graduated, like my dad would say, yeah, you know, you face the real world when you have to start taking care of yourself as a grown man. And I moved to Atlanta, and
Which was milder weather.
yeah, milder weather, and I've seen a lot of us.
Yes.
Brothers.
A lot of them there. Yes, that's
yes,
right.
brothers. Because in Maine, it was 0.6% black. Out of the 99% was all Caucasian or Asians. You know, so it was different in the whole city. You know, like the colored people were all on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were the only, like, we're stars on campus. So when we moved, when I graduated, I moved to Atlanta. And it was like, okay, you know, got a job, and eventually went to film school.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go to acting school for masters in acting.
Yes.
And my dad advised me to go learn the business of filmmaking and directing, and I had to, you know.
That phrase has always been mine, you know. I didn't know that your dad beat me to it. Business of filmmaking. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, and I went to the Recording Radio and Film Institute, where I got an equivalent of Masters in Filmmaking, where I had to study under a mentor, and I did like a hybrid program. That's why I know I do a bunch of things under my umbrella, because it's kind of hard to place me under, like, you're a director, you're a screenwriter.
I see. Okay.
I do a bit
That
of.
sounded like a survival status thing. You know, you just found yourself making sure that you were able to do this. If you're not needed here, you'll be needed here. you know?
I'm so independent that I don't want to depend on much on people. I like division of labor. I like where a team comes together. But at the same time, as a filmmaker, you need to know every single thing in every single department. And that's how and you add value to yourself. You know why you're tracking this, animation, why you're doing certain things. You have a blue screen or a green screen, why, you have Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and why you're balancing the sheet, and accounting, and directing, why you have several shots, 231-1, wide scope, lenses, anamorphic lenses, prime lenses, zoom lenses, several things, that gives me, I'm passionate. I'm not just doing this because it's a job. I think it's a calling for me, so I'm really passionate about this. And
most of the things you've talked about here now, well, modern Nollywood filmmakers, yes, they now apply most of these, but like 10, maybe 12 years ago, that was almost non-existent.
Yes.
For example, animation is still at its infancy here, if at all, if it's there at all. So with people like you coming in, you release Klippers, good. What's the plan going forward? Do you want to have a bridge between Lagos and New York, for example, and you want to retain a kind of business interest?
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. I would love to have that network where any filmmaker from here wants to make something. For example, they want to shoot in a green screen studio, and they want to do like an epic battle. I could be, because my specialty is combat.
Okay.
Yeah, anything action,
Let me ask an offhanded question. This is not to denigrate anybody, but you find that sometimes some of our actors, when they're playing any specific professional roles, somebody drops dead or collapses or slumps, and then they go, hey, don't cry, hi,
Dramatic.
Yeah, but is that how you guys do it there?
No, it's different.
Where's the first aid? Where's the chance that the person might still be alive, And then, oh God, please forgive me. I'm not being so cynical or critical, but when you play a role as an actor, what do you say that people should look out for?
The eyes, look at the eyes, you know, because eyes are windows to the soul. And subtle movements is not how big you move, it's more of the emotion. Because it's emotions.
Right.
You know, the reason why you're saying certain things and the reason why you're there, you know, it's like living in the moment through certain circumstances. That's making it believable. I think worst case.
Believable. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, worst case, I advise actors to substitute. You know, use substitution method. You know, if you want to make the audience believe what you are saying or why you feel a certain way, and do research too. You know, research. Yes.
So if I want to play the doctor, I have to really
Yes.
try to become the doctor on set.
Yes. It's just like, I don't know if this happens to you, but you reading novels. For me personally,
I internalize the story.
exactly, it's the same thing.
I feel myself sometimes empathizing with the character that catches my fancy the most.
Yes.
You
Yes.
say you're a poet.
Yes.
You want to recite a poem on Nigeria for us?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. It's been a while.
You see, that's what Soni Irabor Live is all about. Sport. In fact, it should be Sport Soni Irabor Live. SSIL. Yeah, okay.
Situation makes me coming out, conflagrations, flagrantation, giving you all illustrations, blue chips, call them Benjamins, whatever. Whack MCs never cease, I insist, we packing glass, slugging MCs, God help me. All right.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Whoa! Give me a hand for that, man. That was great. Did that come from your head or it exists?
Mix.
An old poem?
Yeah.
Of yours?
Yes.
Okay. What do you advise Nigerian youth to do today?
I think just keep working hard, keep striving, don't give up your dreams. Things will be better. Just keep working hard and, you know, study and trying to be the best.
There's been fears about Nigeria and the way they work and the way they think and reason. Those fears we will mirror before we conclude in the last half of this program. We'll take a short break now. We'll be back soon.
Make your event a memorable one with captivating and well-organized event center at Lagos Television's prestigious Blue Roof with a capacity of more than 3,000 seats and a fully air-conditioned 750 seats combo hall capacity. Suitable for annual general meetings, government functions, exhibitions, religious activities, wedding ceremonies, burials, musical show, and many more in a well-secure environment. Spacious car park, uninterrupted power supply, and impeccable facilities. Take advantage of all of these at affordable rates.
For inquiries, please call 0808-252-8742 or 0802-282-9898.
Lagos Television Event Center, a tasteful event center for your delight.
Yes. Well, actually, looking at myself on set, you know, I feel, as I started at the beginning, I feel, yeah, very Nigerian. But that's who I am. I'm very proudly Nigerian. And we'll be talking about movie making. Let's look at, again, there was the three thoughts that we looked at when I said keep it in mind so that you can, have I forgotten? Now, what was that again? Do you remember?
Take notes. We were talking about, I think the celebrities, how I got them, and
then whoever is watching this show is going to say, "Look at these guys; they've all blanked out." But don't get worried. You see, when we are in this deep-rooted process of thinking, this is what happens. But then, the three areas I was looking at: you make a movie, you get the character to look at it. Then now the viewer also thinks about it. But in Nigerian movie making, vis-a-vis the American, there's a way the people here look at it from, they don't want to see the business. No, the business is, I put my money and I want return on investment ASAP.
Oh, no.
What do you give that? What's the time frame?
For like, it depends. It depends. Some are like maybe, okay, some movies even before you start, you already, back in the States, you have distribution. The producer already distributed the film even before you start shooting.
Okay. So the money has started coming in.
Money would, yeah, in a way.
Or there's a guarantee.
Yeah, there's a guarantee because of the name attached to it.
Okay.
And sometimes you shoot a film and you go through the festival route,
Yeah.
and it does really
As
well.
in Cannes and
Yeah.
all those places.
Yeah, it does.
We are familiar with Cannes here. Okay. Okay.
It does real well, and you get some money. But it's no, in the movie business, there's really no guarantee.
No guarantee.
It's a high
But
risk.
it's a social commentary. It's a commentary that tells the life of people. And that's where people, it's a window to the other souls that are watching, right?
Yes.
They feel themselves in the story.
Yes.
In Nigeria, Nollywood started with a battle to survive. That battle is still on, because even to get sponsors or investors is a very tough game. Now, if you were to do business with Nigeria, are you expecting that the Nigerian who puts his money will not come knocking on your door and say, hey, give me a time frame on when this money will come back?
If there's a product, we have this product, right? And we have to strategize prior to even starting the film. You know your expectations. You have to be plain and be transparent to each other and saying, look, this is your expectation. These are the actors, and these are the distribution folks. So everything will be all played out on the table prior to even starting the film.
I don't think we have that like that here. Distribution is not as clean as even the process of producing. You know, the marketing is also not very clean either. But now that you have a lot of movie houses all over the place, like you're about to experience, that's a good step forward, and there's an assurance that people will go and watch it.
Oh yes, with the marketing and the promotions and the trailer, I think when you do something great, if you do a good job in marketing and having the right product, yes, you would definitely make money. Yes, definitely make profit.
Is Hollywood dying?
I wouldn't say so. Far from it.
But
It's shifting base.
the conventional way of making movies in those days has changed.
Yes, because technology.
There's now a lot more emphasis on animation, technology, post-production, and all of that. We don't have that yet here, but isn't that compromising the survival of Hollywood?
You're talking about over there? Or?
Over there, I don't mean here.
I
there.
mean, the technology is changing.
They're the makers, they started it. Yeah.
You have big houses like Netflix.
Is Netflix American?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was Asian. Okay, all right. Yeah.
They're taking over the way they're doing business, and Amazon with their Prime Videos. It's just the way technology evolves. That's how things are changing. It's not like it's dying. It's just evolving, and things have been different now. And distribution platforms are different. Where an independent filmmaker can make a film and go straight to distribution. Like back in the day, has just traditional routes of distribution. You know, you have to make a film. You know, a sales agent picks it up, and then it goes through the distribution system to the exhibitors and whatnot. But now you can go straight and cut the middleman out.
So Netflix makes a lot of money from getting online viewers and subscribers and all of that. Even I subscribe to them sometimes. Oh, wow. How can Nigeria survive on that, in that kind of environment?
Over
Nigerian
there?
filmmakers here.
Well, I think that just you have to have certain amount of passion to be in the industry. You know, just like being a doctor, it's just a calling. You know, if you're there to make money, then you're not going to survive. You see, you have to love what you do first. Then money will come.
Okay, there's a plan. When plan A fails, go to B. All right. Is there any hope that you will maybe open an office in Nigeria?
Yeah, eventually, it depends on how things, you know, materialize and goes, and how
when you say it depends on how things materialize, let us know your secret, Joe.
I mean, I'll see how you know, how I'm perceived, and see how, you know, how we can merge the two markets together. You know.
You know, Black Panther
Yeah.
came with a storm boom here,
Yes.
and everything was very African based and all that, but it was made there
Yes.
by blacks.
Yes.
Clipper,
Yes.
did you see that daring Black Panther in the face?
I was actually part of Black Panther.
You were.
Yes.
Why you not talk since now? See me? Oh, give me 5 again. Wow, but that's not to say, yes. Then Clipper, now you've actually, you got me below the belt. Clipper is, I'm expecting a lot more then from Clipper.
Well, I don't want to tune my own horns. You know, I like the product to speak for itself. So.
Okay, as we call it quits, let me just find out from Ofu. What's the meaning of Ofu, by the way?
It means power.
Power. You look powerful. And what? How do you call the last name?
Obekpa.
Obekpa.
Even my dad can answer that.
Okay. So, right. How do you see Ofu in 10 years?
I'm making great, amazing blockbusters.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and employing a lot of people.
Any plan to train people coming after you?
Yes, that's part of the plan. You know, to give back to the next generation. You know, especially
From the American perspective or the Nigerian perspective?
my perspective to the Nigerian
Okay.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And this conversation has been fluid because all I wanted to do was just dig, and let's hear what you, and I'm really impressed by your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
So it says on August 10.
Yes.
From August 10, start looking at the film houses. Where's my camera? Okay. From August 10, look at the film houses, and you'll be able to see Klippers, as in Klippers.
That's correct.
Okay. And Klippers, already he hinted you what the story is all about. Mother is a very powerful figure in a growing child's life. Even in adult life too. If my mom were still alive today, I'd be holding on so close to her, you know. But the story is profound, and you want to look out for Klippers when it does come out, 10th of August. And that's when the launch day takes place. And Ofu Obekpa is going to be there, signing documents and signing autographs. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For coming on this show.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Right. Okay. So now, Soni Irabor Live does things like this, just to let you know, it's not all about politics. It's about ways of life or way of life. It's about social life. It's about society. It's about community. It's about professionalism. It's about understanding how important it is to do the right thing at the right time, and the world will recognize you. Yes. Einstein, Alfred Nobel, Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe. There are so many of such powerful names. I would like to see Ofu Obekpa among them. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, and good night.